Did she post it herself, or did a member of staff post it with her bullying them, standing over them, saying, "You've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, no, no, no." And then, of course, "Oh, you've cocked it up. You're an idiot."
She just can't help herself, can she? After Catherine and Prince William made a beautiful visit, their first joint visit since Catherine's cancer diagnosis to Wales yesterday, Meghan Markle decides, "I've got to show the world that I'm the fun-loving princess, dancing in my kitchen and hugging the staff members who really hate me because I'm the biggest bully in Hollywood." But what I love about the classy way that the Princess of Wales deals with things is that she has got her own back in this war by revealing to a member of the public in Wales yesterday that she makes her own plum jam and the public can have the recipe for free. Lady Colin Campbell, what do you make of what the Sun is describing as the jar wars?
Love it. Hi, Dan. Don't you just love it?
It's great.
Isn't it wonderful?
Go, Catherine.
Catherine. Catherine and both William and Catherine have been showing in their own discreet, resolute ways that they are not pushovers. And Meghan has made a huge mistake in taking them on. You know, I loved how Catherine is just giving it away for nothing, while Meghan is going to be charging, "Well, you can have my jam for only $50, $50 a tin or a bottle, but you're going to have to wait 6 months," as if anybody's going to be stupid enough to buy it. But there we go.
Can I put you through watching this video, please, Lady C? Because I need your comments, given that this is how Meghan likes to think the world views her, right?
All right, folks, this is straight up embarrassing. Meghan Markle just dropped one of the cringiest videos we've seen in a while. Her awkwardly dancing in her kitchen, fake smiling at staff members, and trying to convince the world that she's just so fun and lovable. And what a coincidence. She posts this right after Catherine and William make their first joint public appearance since Catherine's cancer diagnosis. You can't make this up. Meghan couldn't let Kate have the moment, so what does she do? Cue the kitchen dance routine. According to Lady C, this whole act is so forced and fake that it's actually making people dislike her more.
Pathetic. Pathetic. I mean, you know, she's still a teenager. And I move so well, you know, but then everybody knows that Black people move better than white people. I mean, I'm Jamaican, I can tell you. In Jamaica, they say even white Jamaicans move like Black people, but Meghan moves like a white woman. That's the joke. She doesn't move well at all.
Maybe because she is a white woman, right?
Well, she was for all of her life until she discovered that the colour card would play well, and that it would really assure her of ending up being married to Harry. And you know, but Dan, if you look at what she's posted, I mean, Meghan is trying to convince the world that she's a nice, likable, lovable, fun-loving person, when everybody knows that she's Adolfine Hitler in not boots, but high heels.
The Duchess dictator in high heels. Look at what a couple of our friends had to say about this video, Lady C. According to Taz, wrote on X, to post this when Catherine and William were visiting Wales shows a certain air of desperation and predictability. Hence the upload, delete, then upload. Manic Meg strikes again. As for the outfit she's dancing in, her trousers are so high she looks like she's in a Ghostbusters onesie. And then the Royal News Network, Brittany said, Catherine promised to send a young girl her recipe for plum jam, which would be a great addition to the Wales's March 4th social media posting schedule. This once again undermines Meghan's business as we know it. There is nothing unique about jam. Now, it was weird, wasn't it, Meghan, putting it up, taking it down? Do you know what this shows me, Lady C? That she can't even do business 101. she can't even get the absolute basics right because she's driven so many staff away. She's currently surrounded by the ardent loyalists, but unfortunately, they're the idiots.
Well, Dan, she suffers from serious impulse control. You know, she's well known to lose her temper in the most inappropriate of circumstances. I mean, for instance, exploding with Ari Emanuel when he's doing her a favor and then treating him as if he's staff and she's the great Grand Duchess. You know, just shows how she's uncontrollable. And she used to be more in control of her faculties before she married Harry. But once she connected up with Harry, even before the marriage, you know, she started to indulge her propensity for being a bully. And practice makes perfect. And she has been practicing abusing people left, right, and center. And it's now become perfect. And, you know, she doesn't only do it inappropriately in personal and professional situations, but for instance, she'll, oh, well, I'd better post something because this is what's going to happen. And then, oh, well, actually, I've made a mistake, so I'd better take it down. And I mean, did she post it herself or did a member of staff post it with her bullying them, standing over them, saying, you've got to do this, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, no. And then, of course, oh, you've cocked it up, you're an idiot.
And honestly, he's right. Meghan is so desperate for people to see her as fun that she comes off as calculated and insincere. And then we get to Lady C's reaction. Guys, she did not hold back. She just called Meghan Adolfine Hitler in high heels. I mean, wow. That is next level savage. And let's be real, she has a point. Meghan is pushing 43, but here she is acting like a high schooler posting some look how fun I am video for social media. Nobody's buying it. And speaking of not buying it, social media had a field day with this one. One user literally said, she moves like a white woman. And listen, I'm not touching that, but let's just say, people were not impressed.
Exactly. When it goes wrong, it's never her fault. But Lady C, I've been absolutely desperate to know what you know about the Ari Emanuel and WME situation. For people who missed it earlier in the week, of course, the New York Post, page 6, reporting from multiple sources that Emanuel has dumped Meghan as a client. Now, WME has pushed back, but it looks as if it's just a face-saving exercise to give Meghan a nice exit, which is basically like, Ari wants nothing to do with you, but okay, we might look after some of your Archewell projects. And page 6 report multiple sources telling them that Meghan had a diva drop, had a total meltdown. And that was the final straw for the most powerful man in Hollywood, who, as you point out, didn't even have to be doing this.
Well, Dan, I can't remember exactly what I've said or haven't said on my channel, but I've been covering the strained and estranged relations between Ari Emanuel and Meghan for some time now. And I was told about it by friends in Hollywood, but also the evidence has been there before everybody's eyes. There is no way that Ari Emanuel would have allowed the Hollywood Reporter to run with the story it ran last year had he cared about having Meghan a success. Because the Hollywood Reporter story, and remember, Ari Emanuel has a lot of influence in all of those publications. He's connected to some via, you know, directorships, etc. But with others, he's just connected through professional contacts. So there's no way that the Hollywood Reporter would ever have run what it ran, which was actually devastating to any future prospects that Meghan would have had in Hollywood. Had Ari Emanuel not known it was coming and allowed it to come. That was the first thing. The Vanity Fair piece was another hit piece. These are hit pieces. You know, the idea that Ari Emanuel would have allowed these to take place if he had a vested interest in Meghan being a success, it's just preposterous. And I've been pointing this out for some time now. But I mean, you were in showbiz reporting. You will know how the system works. And everybody is a friend of everybody else, even as they're about to plunge the knife in, not only to their back, but their
Yes.
gut. And, you know, oh, we just love him, or we just love her. In goes the knife. In front of everybody. But, yeah, we love, just love. So and also it doesn't suit Ari Emanuel or WME or their potential and actual clients to have the head of Endeavour actually plunging the knife in or failing to give any support whatsoever publicly to somebody he's decided he's going to divest himself of, because all the other people who are on the books, and remember, most Hollywood celebrities, whether they're major or minor, are very, very sensitive about their appearance, their public profile, etc. So he would never be dumping Meghan publicly.
And while Meghan is busy embarrassing herself on Instagram, Princess Catherine delivered the ultimate clapback, without saying a word. This right here is how a real royal handles things. While Meghan is out here trying to sell overpriced jam from her American Riviera Orchard brand, Catherine just casually tells a fan she makes her own jam, and gives the recipe for free. Meghan's overpriced lifestyle brand. I mean, come on, does it get any more iconic than that? Kate's out here saying, "Here, have my jam for free," while Meghan's charging $50 for a jar that won't even be available for 6 months. The contrast is insane. And let's not forget, Meghan's brand isn't even off the ground yet. People are already mocking the ridiculous wait times and high prices. Meanwhile, Kate's just over here quietly winning without even trying.
And the fact that they are able to say that WME is still representing Meghan and Archibald means it's a face-saving exercise. It's not only saving her face, which I don't think he cares about, it's saving the face of WME and giving the message to their actual clients who are valued. Don't worry, if ever anything happens, we're not going to plunge the knife in publicly. I mean, and also, he can't afford to plunge the knife in publicly at this point. He's just done it to Justin Baldoni, and he's living to regret having done it to Justin Baldoni, I have been informed. And he has a huge problem on his hands with the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds nonsense. So he certainly wouldn't be selling his hands further with exposing Meghan. But this has been going on for some time now, and I'm amazed that people haven't picked it up before, because it was so obvious that she had ceased to have the protection that a top WME client not only expects, but demands in terms of having no negative publicity. She has had all the major organs in the United States now trash her. She's had The Hollywood Reporter, she's had Vanity Fair, she's had Page Six repeatedly. And let's remember, Page Six has direct connections to Ari Emanuel. So
exactly. Exactly.
You know?
And that's what people are failing to grasp this week, Lady C, but we know how this works. Page Six is not running that story unless Ari Emanuel is giving it the quiet nod. And I believe the timing is because he doesn't want to be connected to the car crash, which is coming next week on Netflix with the launch of With Love, Meghan.
Life's really tough. Life's so tough. My throat is parched. Do you think I can ask Aurora or Mickey to go into the kitchen and get me some Coke?
Always diet? or just
Well,
full fat?
no. Fully fledged original Coke. So that's something that can sort of pick me up.
Oh, goodness me, Lady C. You are naughty, but I love it. Then we learn, Lady C, that Meghan is now even having to buy her Instagram followers. This analysis shows that she's only got something like 250,000 genuine followers and 1.8 million inactive followers. Bad, right?
Well, again, Dan, I mean, I've said this on my channel from the very outset that most of them were bought. She has a pattern of this. She did it with the TIG. I mean, I think the TIG ended up having several more million followers than she has at the moment. And of course, it never really made any money to speak of. But this is a pattern that she has. You know, it's all show and practically no go. And I mean, she is, though, what I find interesting is that she is using Instagram and social media, hoping that it is going to boost her and help to make With Love Meghan a success. Well, the fact of the matter is the only thing that would make With Love Meghan a success would be if people liked Meghan. People look at these shows because they like the people involved and they find them entertaining. Most people aren't interested in looking at cookery shows to cook or entertainment shows because they're going to have 20 weekend guests at their castle. Most people don't have a castle to have 20 weekend guests. And they certainly don't have 16 bathrooms to disgorge the stuff that Meghan and Harry are made of. So it's about entertainment and liking the people. And interestingly enough, I gather Pamela Anderson's show drops on the same night as Meghan's.
Now let's talk about how badly this backfired. Because instead of making people go, wow, Meghan is so fun, it made people go, wow, this is embarrassing. One fan wrote, predictable and desperate, hence the upload, delete, then re-upload. Manic Meg strikes again. And that's the thing. Meghan is so obsessed with image control that even her social media moves are meticulously planned, and it still looks bad. This is the pattern. Every time Catherine does something positive, Meghan suddenly has to do something too. It's like she just can't stand not being the center of attention. And people are noticing. So here's the real question. Is Meghan running out of moves? Because at this point, every PR stunt is getting called out, every business move is flopping, and even her social media games are failing. Meanwhile, Catherine is just effortlessly winning. No theatrics, no weird dance videos, just pure class.
Cooking with love. And let's just be honest, that's the original. Lady C, that is the original. Can I ask you about this interview that Jason Knauf gave to 60 Minutes Australia? He, of course, being the courtier and remaining a very close aide to Prince William via the Earthshot Prize, who reported Meghan for bullying. Now, Amanda Patel in the Daily Mail this week is describing him as the ticking time bomb that could explode under Meghan Markle. What did you make of his interview and the fact that he said he had no regrets about reporting the Duchess for bullying?
Well, I loved it and I covered it again on my channel because I translated for people who don't understand royal speak. You know, he basically has and the timing of this is very interesting as well, if you stop to think of it. But he has basically said Meghan and Harry are publicity whores and fiends who have gone down the publicity route and the celebrity route, while William and Catherine are not interested in being anything but authentically themselves and royal. So right there, it's not only what he says, it's how he says it and what he doesn't say that then highlights what he really means. I thought it was a master class in diplomatic public assassination. I mean, he slit Meghan and Harry's throats in the most elegant way, and he has their blood pouring all over the floor, but he hasn't said a word of criticism. And you notice when he says, for instance, how wonderful everybody was in terms of the wedding. Now, we know there were scenes behind the scenes at the wedding, but he's making the point that Harry and Meghan, by and large, were very happy to go through with the spectacle. And just by saying what he has said, he shows how there is no possibility of William and Catherine ever reconciling with Harry and Meghan.
And that's why people love her and don't trust Meghan. But let's be real, this has always been a competition for Meghan. And the scoreboard? Not looking good. Alright folks, that's it for today's reaction. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more. Do you think Meghan's dance video was an innocent post? Or was it a desperate move to outshine Catherine? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.